Ecclesiastes 12:13, Solomon says it's the whole of man to fear God and keep his commandments. In other words, our place is under the authority of God. But most people push back against that authority. They don't like the idea of God being over them. And here in America, it gets a little tougher because we value our freedom. There are people who died for our freedom, and we honor those people, and rightly so. They should be honored. And so our freedom is extremely special to us. We have freedoms today in America, religious freedoms and otherwise, that generations past never even understood. They didn't know those freedoms could exist. And here we are living the life, and it is a very good life. In fact, the freedom that we have could not exist if it were not for the authority that organized the soldiers that fought for our freedom. Had there been no authority structure in the military, we wouldn't have freedom today. Authority is a good thing. It is a wonderful thing. It gives us our freedom. Now, again, there's a negative side to authority. Authority can be abused. I think most of us have seen that. Most of us probably have had a boss that was an absolute jerk who thought he was somebody big because he was in authority. And we've seen other people abuse authority, even just at the family level, and that's a shame, but it does get pretty ugly when that happens. But authority is not the problem. Authority in and of itself, when it's used right, it's a wonderful thing. It leads to a very happy life. In Ephesians 5:22, all the way to the end of the chapter there, Paul talks about how to have a happy marriage. And basically, he gives the woman instruction, he gives the man instruction. Now, when the man and the woman both get under the authority of God, meaning they're going to read the part that applies to them, and the woman is going to say, I'm going to be the best wife I know how to be in the eyes of God. And the man is saying, I'm going to be the best husband I know how to be in the eyes of God. When both of them get under God's authority and diligently seek to be the best that they can be in that particular role, there's no way that they can have a bad marriage. They're going to have a great marriage. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be a taste of heaven here on earth. Because they respected the authority of God, they got under the authority of God, and they stayed under the authority of God. That's what makes life wonderful. It's when we get out from under the authority of God that we have a divorce rate that hovers around 50%. More people get under the authority of God, we wouldn't see numbers like that. Oh well. Also, Romans 12:18. He says, as much as depends on you, live at peace with all men. So we have this responsibility to try to live peaceably with other people. But sometimes we're not in a good mood. Our pride gets stirred up. Our ego gets wounded. And we can get a little horsey. We can get a little stupid. And we come out from under the authority of God. Remember, God said, as much as depends on you, live at peace with all men. But because our emotions got stirred up, we got all hurty feelings, we step out from under that authority because we're going to take care of the situation, and we make matters worse, and life gets miserable, and we end up bitter and resentful or other negative things because we didn't stay under the authority of God. Staying under the authority of God is where we're going to find our greatest peace. Paul talked about the peace that passes understanding in Philippians 4, verse 6 and 7. You're going to find that when you're under the authority of God. Now, I know we've got a pretty deep subject with a lot of different ways to go. We'll close the video here. Put your comments below. And as always, have a great day.